Hi guys, it's Carrie and today I'm going to be filming my Christmas makeup routine. I haven't done this obviously in a while because I only use it on a Christmas day. So if you would like to see what I'm about to throw on my face, then keep on watching. Now before we start, I would like to disclose that as you can see I have broken out a lot around here due to wearing masks because I go to college, so we're going to be covering that up. And if anyone is wondering what moisturiser I used before, as I have really dry skin, so some of the products may look different on different people, I used this one. It's supposed to say vitamin E, but the writing's rubbed off. So yeah. So the first step to any routine is primer. I don't no longer use the Body Shop primer just because I only use it. I don't actually use it at all anymore. It just kind of stays in my box. But I do still use my Primark Prep and Perfecting Moisturising Primer. And I've still got the Illamasqua one. But as I said in my everyday makeup routine, once this runs out I will not be repurchasing just because I cannot afford it. So I'm going to start with the Primark one. The main focus to this look today is the eyes and the lips, because I like doing a gold eye with a red lip. Some people might like different, but we all have our preferences. This foundation, I'm still in love with this foundation, only I don't put it on the back of my hand no more because I feel like my hand, it gets stuck to my hand. So I'm just going to go ahead with a blender. Please excuse how dirty these are. I've not had time to wash them. They will be washed by next week's video though. I don't think I'm even using them in next week's video, but yeah, I just thought I'd say. So I just squirt it directly onto my face because then I'm not wasting any of the product onto my hands. I know a lot of people for health reasons probably wouldn't agree with this, but yeah. If I look over to the side, it's because I'm using my mirror. Sorry if I'm not talking much in this video today. Like I said, my main focus is going to be the eyes and the lips. So I'm just zooming through the base product but explaining what I'm using on the way. The foundation I'm using is the Revlon Colour Stay for normal to dry skin in the shade 110 Ivory. And I think it's a pretty good match for my skin, if I do say so. I'm lazy, my beauty blender isn't wet or anything. It's completely dry. And this is what the foundation looks like when the blender's dry. So if it is wet, which I'm pretty sure I will be doing on Christmas Day because I want more coverage, I'm sure it'll look even better. But I don't have a problem with the blender being dry. I've not tried it with one of my brushes yet, just because my brushes tend to be a little bit streaky with liquid products. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not punching my eye out, I'm just making sure, because the inner corner of my eye there on both eyes crease a lot and the product doesn't get that. I have to really get in there and do it. Concealer, I use Collection Lasting Perfection. This is in the shade number 2 Porcelain, but once this runs out, which as you can see from there, it is running out slowly, I'm going to be getting a different shade of this just because this one is way too light for me. So I think I'm going to get a shade or two darker, either shade 3 or shade 4. Again, I just put this directly onto my skin. Most people probably wouldn't like me doing this, but I just conceal everywhere that needs concealing. As you can see, isn't very many places. Another reason why I'm not going over the base products as much is because they're all pretty much the same as what I used in my everyday makeup routine. So I don't want to repeat myself, so yeah. As you can see, this concealer is way too light, but the formula is perfect, it's just the shade I need to adjust. But at least we know they do shades for super paler people. My best friend would like this shade because she's way paler than me. And last, for my base, I am going to be using my Rimmel Stay Back powder, which has become a really good favourite of mine. I'm pretty sure mine's in the shade Transparent. My powder and my foundation I bought both on Amazon, but I think I'm going to be getting mine from in stores. My foundation I'm going to keep buying on Amazon just because it seems to be a lot cheaper, but my powder I'm going to be buying at stores instead, and I think Body Care is going to be the one, just because I get all my Technic products from Body Care anyway, so I do like Technic. I like quite a lot of the brands I'm using, like this collection concealer is amazing. I'm just using the Body Shop blusher brush for my powder. Main places I like it set completely is where my bronzer's going to go, just because otherwise it clings. So I make sure that that's super set, but otherwise I just go with powder. As I said, I like Technic. Any pink brushes in this are from eBay. They come in loads of different sets. eBay do pretty good brushes, to be honest, so yeah. But this is my contour and bronzer brush now, just because I like the shape of it for contour, but then it's big enough to do bronzer as well. It's not like, it's a multi-purpose brush really. So out of the Technic one, I'm going to use that for contour and a mixture of them two for bronzer. So yeah. Contour my cheekbones, just because I don't find that my forehead needs it. But I do bronze my forehead as well as my cheeks, just because otherwise I'd end up not with the look I want. And I just blend some of that bronzer down my neck to try and be a little better. It's not too bad actually. Next, before I do any of my other base products, I'm just going to use Makeup Gallery Lip Butter in the shade Hot Pink. No, this won't affect the colour, it's just for moisture. I just do that. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of colour, but it's made of reds anyway, so when I do come to putting the red lipstick on, it doesn't really affect anything. But yeah, next is blush. I'm still in love with this blush, but I don't think I'd go out and buy this blush again. But I will be finding a different blush, a much cheaper alternative soon. I might have a look at the Natural Collection one, just simply because I've heard a lot of people say that it's good considering it's a cheap brand, so I might try it out. If you would like any testing videos, I won't be able to do much because I can't afford much, but any of the cheaper brands that I can afford, like Natural Collection, I can do Poundland, I can do Primark, trying any makeup from them brands, please let me know. Or even Essence, Technic themselves, I can test things out for you guys. Focus on the pink of this blush But now I just mix them both together, otherwise I feel like it's a waste of product. Plus I do like it a lot more. And then I'm just going to go over with my damp beauty blender. And yeah. So next I'm going to go ahead with the same Technic palette, and I'm going to use this shade here just because it is coloured. I'm going to see whether I can use that to just put a bit of colour on my chin and stop it looking so light. Which it isn't doing enough for, but you know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this brush out of my brush set. I can't actually remember what it's called. I've got the slip of paper somewhere, but yeah. Anything that I can't tell you, like the eyeshadow names, if I don't know any of the eyeshadow names, I'll Google it and I'll leave them on the screen up here. But yeah. This is from my Best Soap collection, and I'm just going to take that bronzer and I'm just going to run it down my nose. I do that just to add a little bit of like, I don't do it to contour my nose, I just do it to add more colour in the centre of my face, because otherwise all like there look way brighter. Like, I don't mind my eyes looking brighter because your eyes are supposed to look bright anyway, but my nose, I don't like a pale nose and I don't like a pale chin. That's why I'm going to be getting a different concealer shade. But yeah, next is highlighter. I'm still using this palette up. I know it's discontinued, but I do really like it. And using the fan brush from the same brush set. Most of my brushes will be from this brush set, but any that aren't, I'll let you know. Ignore the creasing under my eyes, it always happens, no matter what I use. I don't know why either. So the two shades that I used were these two. Use that on my cheeks and then I use that on my nose. So next is my eyebrows. My eyebrows are pretty much the same routine. Same brushes, same everything. The only thing that's different is if I see any hairs that need getting rid of, I'll just get rid of them there on the spot. Sorry if I'm doing this, by the way. I'm looking for my brushes because all my brushes are in one of the glossy boxes that I got sent me. So yeah, I'm just looking for my eyebrows. So I found it. It was like right at the bottom, but because of how small the actual brush is itself, it's actually quite hard to find sometimes. So yeah, I'm just going to do my eyebrows quickly. Time to move on to the step that we've all been waiting for. I have been using 4 different brushes, maybe in 5 sometimes, but it's mainly these 4 brushes I've been using. These 2 are out of the brush set. This is my Body Shop eyeshadow brush, and this is the Spectrum B07 brush. So yeah, I do sometimes use my Body Shop one, but it needs washing. So yeah. So we're gonna go into the palette and we are going to use, I literally only know 3 shades out of this whole thing. So obviously the other 2 shades that I'll be using, I'm pretty sure it'll be 2 or 3 shades that I'll be using, I will leave here whenever I get onto them shades. So the first shade I'm going to be using is Iced Coffee, and I'm just going to use that as a transition into my eye. like so. I don't bring it too far up. I just do it so that the colour has something to build on top of. And do the same to the other side. So yeah, as you can see, that just adds a tiny bit of colour so that the next shade that I'll be using can build on top nicely. Like I said, this is going to be a gold look, so I'm going to be mainly using like tones of orange and yellow. So the next one I'm going to be using is cup of tea. So I just used iced coffee. I'm going to be using cup of tea next, and I'm just going to be popping that all up in my crease. It is a pretty warm look, this look is, so if you want something different to that, then I suggest you not follow this look. The lips are the biggest focus because they're red, so I don't want to do too much on my eye, because otherwise I won't be able to do much on my lips. So I just build this up to my desired amount of product. And then once I've got that much, I dust it off a tiny bit. And I just go in and blend it all out. On my eye. Then next one I'm going to be using is this one. This is one of the ones that I can't remember the name of, so the name will be there. So it's just under iced coffee. And I'm going to be using that to just add a little bit of definition without it being too dark and harsh. You can add the dark brown called mug cake if you want, or you can even use all the colours. It's totally up to you, but I'm just using these two shades in the crease. And then I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of that cup of tea shade just to blend all the colours together. Once I've done that, as you can see, it is quite nice. I'm going to be using the same transition colour, but really not much at all, just so that I can blend the edges out. So that's iced coffee. And use my pencil brush to run some of that cup of tea shade under my eye. I chose this palette in particular simply because it is the best for blending and it's the best at pigmentation. So I really like this palette. So as you can see, that's my crease done. So next I'm going to be using this gold right here. And that is going all over my lid. You can even make a cut crease with this if you really want to, but I'm not going to, just because I prefer the more natural way of doing this. So yeah. I'm just putting that all over my lid. I really like this gold because it's not too warm. I like more yellow golds, at Christmas. And so yeah. So as you can see, I've added that gold just slightly above the lid, just because I'm going to go in with my blending brush now, and I'm just going to blend those together. Just a tiny bit. As you can see, there's not much of a harsh line there now. And I'm also going to go ahead with a little bit more of that, just to try and build it up. See, you can use like really like pigmented stuff, but I don't mind that. Next, I'm gonna grab a glitter palette. I've ordered this on Amazon. It's not the best quality, but it's perfect for what I need it. And I'm gonna go in with that colour there, just all over my lid. And I'm gonna have to go in with my finger instead. So I'm just gonna go in with my finger. May have to lay a sticky base down. So, yeah, you will. So I'm just gonna take some of my primer, just a very little bit. Not too much, because otherwise it won't stick. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put that colour onto my lid. I'm just going to use my brush just to get rid of the harsh line again, just like so. And then I'm going to get my powder brush, or my blusher brush, shall I say, wherever I put it. And I'm just going to sweep that glitter away there. Now that I've sorted the glitter out, I don't mind it being a little bit under there, just because it's not much. But look at that. I'm just going to go back in with that shade that I used to deepen the crease with. I'm just going to slowly add that in with a little bit of copper tea. So that is the eye nearly done. I'm just going to use some of Fairy Lights in my inner corner. Like so. Right, now I'm gonna go and do the other eye off camera, and then I will be back. And for this look, for mascara, you can add liquid liner. I did that yesterday, but instead of the glitter I added the liquid liner, and I actually quite liked it, but I just thought I'd add the glitter because obviously it's Christmas, people are gonna probably put glitter on their eyes, so I thought, why not? So I put the glitter on my eyes instead. Yeah. So I'm actually happy with how that come out as. Like, the glitter's come out more than I expected it to. But the two mascaras I'm going to be using are both from Essence. Is the Lash Princess Lash Effect. As you all know, I love this mascara for everyday wear. But to add a little bit more volume, and because obviously it's winter, so it's going to be raining, it's going to be snowing. Well, we don't know whether it'll be snowing, but it's more likely going to be snowing. So I'm going to be using I Heart Extreme Volume Mascara and in Waterproof, and these are both in black. And so I start with this one and go with that one. So yeah, just be careful with these mascaras because they are both really wet. much of that one just because I don't want it to be more of an everyday look. I just add that one so that the next one's got something to grip to, and so that it doesn't clump all my lashes together like it normally does. Step. But yeah, that is the finished eye. I don't like too much volume on my lashes, that's why there isn't much on there. But yeah, that is my eyes. As I said, you can do whatever you want with it. You can add a dark brown into it to add more definition. You can add wing liner, you can add eyeshadow liner, you can do loads of different things. And so, as we can see, the only thing that is missing is my lips. And I have a few you can choose from, but you can use the Chanel Paris ones. I think it's in Rouge or something like that. Or that's if you're into your fancy makeup. We're not on this channel really. I've only got some fancy stuff because of Glossy Box, which I'm not using at the moment because I can't afford it at the moment, but I will be having subscription with them when I have earnings coming through properly. But the two that I recommend, if you're not into Poundland makeup, then one I could suggest is from the Body Collection. It's not going to last as long, it isn't going to dry down matte or anything, it's a really silky lip colour. I'll swatch it for you. So as you can see, it is really like silky, but it is really opaque for £2.50. I know Primark do a lot of like bullet lipsticks that you can get, but I prefer ones like this. This is more of a lipstick, which is like a glossy form, but it is quite opaque, and so yeah. But the one I am going to be using today is, oh, that was in Red Apple, I think. Yeah, that's in the shade Red Apple. The one that I'm going to be using today is Cherry Pop 3 from Poundland Makeup Gallery. I love this lipstick because it does dry down, so you ain't gonna worry about your boyfriend saying, oh please don't kiss me. Yeah, it transfers a little bit, but that little bit can be rubbed off. This is what the applicator's like. It is quite small, but it is only £1. They come in loads of different shades. I've got 4 different shades, but they come in like loads of different ones. I've got a red, a nude, an orangey colour, and a burgundy colour for the winter, autumn. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. The only problem with any red lipstick is that it is really messy. You can leave it like this. I do sometimes, but because it's Christmas, I want to add a little something to it. I'm going to get my same brush that I used my thingy from. Again, this shade I'm going to be leaving up here, but I'm going to be using this shade here just to add into the centre. Just to give it that highlight effect. And as you can see, we are now complete for this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's not as planned out as my other ones. I basically created this look the other day. So yeah, I will be doing some more videos. I have an outfits video coming up, and I will also be doing boyfriend tag but Christmas edition. So if you would like to know anything about me and my boyfriend, or if you have any outfit suggestions, or if you want to know anything about any of this particular makeup, I'm not going to be linking all the brands because, as I said, it's in my everyday makeup routine. I pretty much mention all of them, so I'm not going to be linking them all. But if you want to know what glitter palette I use, it's the CMAA DU one. It's like £3, £4 from Amazon, and they come with all these different shades. This is the one I used today. I used that one for my Halloween looks, but as you can see, you can create loads of different looks. They have a white, they have a couple of silvers, a load of pinks, purples, blue, 2 golds and an orange. So yeah, I do like it. I have used the orange one before, but that one didn't perform as well as this one. That's why I was a little bit sketchy to use it, but I was like, I'll use it, and if all fails, I'll just move on. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. I am sorry that I'm not doing thumbnails at the moment. There might be one on this video if I can get it to work, just because I do really enjoy doing thumbnails. If I can get it to work, then obviously there'll be a thumbnail, but if not, then it won't be, just because I have to do it through the actual YouTube app, because the internet's a bit sketchy where I am. So yeah, if you did like this video, then subscribe for more. As I say, my channel isn't just about beauty, it's about makeup, hair. I'm doing some hairstyles soon as well, outfits, get ready with me. I'm going to be doing some things with my boyfriend. If you want any videos with my boyfriend, please link them down below. He won't be in my videos too much just because he does night shifts, so we have to work around his work schedule, but because I film on a Friday, Saturday and a Sunday, depending on which day I decide is going to work best, then obviously it's not actually going to be, if you get what I mean, it's not going to work if he's like off on a Monday but he's working on a Friday and Saturday, because he'll be too tired to film a video. Next week I'm filming the boyfriend tag, but that won't be up for at least 2 weeks. I'm filming this one in advance because we know for a fact that he's not going to be off in a couple of weeks time, just because his rota will change. His rota changes every so often. So yeah, if you would like to see more of him, please leave a suggestion down below. That's enough rambling for me. Also, before I forget, no, I'm not doing Vlogmas this year, just because my camera doesn't work properly on my phone. But I will be doing Vlogmas next year, and that is a promise. But I will be doing more Christmassy videos throughout the whole month of December, and there will be 2 what I got for Christmas, because I'll be doing what I got from my boyfriend's part of the family, and then what I got from my part of the family if I get to see them. If not, they'll bring them up to me. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!